Have you ever had a moment where you sit with yourself and suddenly realize you have been carrying a universe of emotion inside you that you have never allowed yourself to fully feel? Where you wonder how long you have been surviving instead of actually living? Where you sense that something inside you is shifting, where even though you can't explain what it is? If you are listening to this, it means the strongest part of you, the part that refuses to quit, brought you here, and I want you to stay with me, because this journey we are about to take you is the journey back to yourself, back to your strengths, back to your clarity, back to your worth, back to the version of you that life tried to dilute but never fully destroys. And maybe nobody knows how tired you really are, how exhaustion sits deep in your bone, how frustration builds silently behind your rib, how you carry quietly in a bathroom or a bedroom or parked car because you did not want anyone to see the moment your spirit cracked. How strong you have been trying to be for everyone around you while secretly fighting not to collapse inside yourself. How you have been holding so much without receiving the same level of support you give. But here's the truth, some people never hear you are not weak for feeling overwhelmed. You are not tired because you have been strong for too long. Without rest, without validation, without nurturing, without the softness you deserve, you have been growing through concrete. And even flowers get tired of pushing toward the sun with broken petal. Yet, here you are, still listening, still trying, still fighting to understand your life, your purpose, your emotions, your pain, your pattern, your path. And if that doesn't show your resilience, nothing else ever could. The life you have been living right now is not a punishment, it's a refinement. You are not being destroyed, you are being reshaped. Everything that feels like loss is actually clearing space. Everything that feels loose, confusing is actually realignment. Everything that feels heavy is actually preparing you to carry something greater. You are in a chapter where your soul is rearranging itself, removing what no longer belongs, exposing what you have been avoiding, healing what you suppressed, and urging you to release what you have outgrown. But transformation is painful because it asks you to let go of version of yourself you needed for survival. It asks you to walk away from relationship you once begged God to let you keep. It asks you to admit that some people were only temporary teachers. It asks you to confront a habit you need to numb your pain. It asks you to accept truth that shatter your illusion. And it asks you to be honest with yourself, brutally honest, about what you truly want, who you truly are, and where you truly want to go. This is why you have been feeling unsettled. This is why you have been feeling emotional. This is why you have been feeling disconnected from people who once felt close. This is why your soul have been craving solitude. This is why your heart has been asking for peace. You are expanding into a new level of yourself. The expansion feels like breaking before it feels like becoming. But you are becoming someone who is no longer feel guilty for choosing yourself. You are becoming someone who no longer chases love that hurts. You are becoming someone who no longer accepts breadcrumb of affections. You are becoming someone who no longer betray their own needs. You are becoming someone who no longer hold on to what is heavy out of fear of being alone. You are becoming someone who set boundaries without apology. You are becoming someone who finally understands their worth. It's not measured by someone else's ability to see it. And with every step you take, life will test you, not because you are weak, but because growth requires proof of commitment. You will be tempted to go back to comfort, even when it drains you. It will question if you are doing the right thing, even when your intuition screams yes. You will feel lonely, even when you are finally on the path meant for you. You will doubt your ability even though you are already overcome so much more than this. But keep going. You're trusting the version of you that refuses to settle. Keep honoring the voice inside you that whispers even when some think more. Keep believing that life has a way of rewarding those who chooses themselves. Confidence isn't something you chase, it's something you build through action, through integrity, through alignment, through doing what your future self will thank you for even when your present self is scared. The most confident, the one who walk into rooms and shift the energy, not because they are loud, because they are grounded, centered, emotionally stable, self-aware. Those people are simply individuals who learn to stop abandoning themselves. If you want to become magnetic, heals your wound, heals your insecurities, heal your attachment pattern, heal your anger, Heal your triggers. Heal your relationship with love. Heal your relationship with failure. Heal your relationship with rest. Heal your relationship with endings. When you heal, you stop living life in survival mode. You stop searching for home in other people and realize home was always within you. You stop seeking validation from the world because you finally recognize your own value. You stop chasing people who confuse you because clarity becomes your new standard. You stop setting because your spirit refused to shrink back into old version once it had tasted growth. People will notice when you heal. They will say something feel different about you, even if they can't explain it. That difference is peace. That difference is self-respect. That difference is emotional maturity. The difference is alignment, and while healing, you will outgrow people who only understand the wound version of you. You will drift away from those who fed off your insecurities. You will lose connections, people who benefit from your lack of boundaries. It will hurt, but it will also liberate you. You are entering a season where none of your old pattern can come with you. You are entering a season where your authenticity matters more than your image. You are entering a season where your soul speaks louder than your fears. You are entering a season where your discipline will shape your destiny. You are entering a season where peace is non-negotiable. Love is intentional. Friendships are reciprocal, and opportunities align with your purpose. But here's the thing, nobody tells you. Becoming your best self often feels like losing everything because you lose your old identity and lose your own reactions. You lose your desire to be understood by everyone. You lose your tolerance for inconsistency. You lose your need for external approval. You lose your attachment to familiar pain. You lose your attraction to chaos. You lose your habit of self-abandonment. And once those pieces fall away, what remains is someone reborn, not because, not fearless, not finished, but aligned, aware, and ready to create, ready to love, ready to grow, ready to live instead of exist, ready to embrace with life you once didn't believe you deserve. Because you do deserve it. You deserve love that doesn't make you question your worth. You deserve friendship that don't feel like emotional labor. You deserve opportunities that excite your spirit. You deserve morning where your heart feels right. You deserve night where your mind is calm. You deserve a life where you can finally breathe without feeling like you are drowning into expectations. And one day, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day you will look back on the moment you wanted to give up and realize it was the moment you were closest to your breakthrough. You will look back and understand why certain things didn't work out. You will understand why certain people had to leave. You will realize that the timing isn't wrong. It was perfect. You will see how life aligned every disappointment to redirect you towards something better. You will finally feel proud of yourself, not for being perfect, but for being persistent, for surviving, for rising, for refusing to quit. And when the day comes, you will thank yourself for listening to messages like this, for choosing growth instead of comfort, for believing in a future you could not yet see. And if this message reach even one small corner of your heart, then I gently invite you, only at the end of this video, to like, comment, subscribe, so we can continue growing, healing, and becoming our stronger self together. Thank you for watching. Bye.